Welcome to the Evike.com Airsofters In Isolation stream today. We are joined by Jet Desert Fox and Leah the Airsoft Unicorn
Hello.
Hello.
from their
Hello.
home because we're all on lockdown.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys been doing?
Honestly, this is kind of normal for us. We work from home already,
Yeah.
so now it's just being home, making videos with less travel time. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's just more of the same, really. Except we can't go out to eat as often.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well, I
that's
mean,
my
you can do
single-
takeout.
I think
You
that's
can
my
do
single
takeout.
biggest pain is not being able to go out and eat.
Yeah.
Well,
Use the credit.
yeah, because you go out and eat a lot too, Matt.
Dude.
I mean, like getting out of the house sometimes is great. I've had no problem getting takeout up by where I live, but obviously all the restaurants are kind of closed, so it's been hit or miss.
I'd just rather
I-
not go out anyway, because we went out for groceries earlier this week, and there were just so many dumb people out
Oh my gosh.
that I was like, I don't want to go out again
Yeah.
until this is over.
Have you guys been to a Costco lately? Costco.
So I
Closed.
went to Costco on Monday, and apparently the Costco by my house had a fight breakout on Tuesday. So
Nice.
I was a little disappointed that I wasn't there on Tuesday to get my live stream on with people brawling.
Star!
Yeah, no, I haven't done any of the shopping or anything.
How do you
Well,
Huh?
say again.
how have you been getting like grocery supplies then?
Delivery.
Yeah, Instacart, man.
Yeah, I'm getting them all delivered. Or I'll go to like Target and then pick the pickup option and then just wait out in the parking lot and they'll bring it out.
That's cool. That's probably smart. I've been risking the stores. I don't know why, but
Because
I
it
guess.
beats sitting at home, honestly.
I mean,
Like,
I
I would
sat in
love
a
to go
line
walk
today. I mean, I sat in a line today that was way too long because all the grocery stores hired these new cashiers, and like the person didn't even know how to like look up codes on vegetables. And I'm like
Nice.
sitting there, I'm like in my mind going, the sticker on the vegetable has the code. Just type in the number, and you like, come on, like, can I have self checkout in this grocery store already?
Yeah.
It's like when you go to Home Depot and there's like you're trying to buy like a bolt. And it's like a
Yes.
new cashier that doesn't have the list.
And you
And
have
they're
like,
like, oh.
and you have like 50 cents. You just like
Yeah.
just keep the change.
Yeah. Like, do you know what section you got this from? Like, no, just it's a bolt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, it was very frustrating today. It was obviously a new person, and I picked the wrong line because it looked shorter, but it definitely was not shorter.
It was only shorter
Mhm.
because everyone had like left the line after staying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we can all agree of what we're missing is going out of this house. So, how would you rate house? Like you said, you work from home, but do you think the stir crazy has started to sneak up on you a little bit?
Maybe a little, just because our daily routine has been a little changed. Like we'd go to the gym or
Yeah.
go out somewhere, and it like obviously you can't go to the gym, so it's just been trying to do workouts at home, walking the dogs more, just trying to do some. I think that's the biggest thing. The lack of physical activity
Yeah.
is the hardest part. Like there's only so much you could do in your house or apartment. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, all of my activities got canceled, so I basically have nothing to do at home in terms of like I could go walk around. That's about it.
I try to
Maybe I mean, I can go hiking, which is nice. There are a lot of trails up by me, so I'm still able to do that. But it was
That's
kind of weird
just been-
today.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
No, please.
It was strange today because there's like a bunch of sheriffs at one of the hiking trails. I don't know if they were like ticketing people or something. I don't know what was going on.
making sure
There's-
everyone's staying 6 feet apart.
I don't know. I was on my way somewhere else, and then I just drive by, and there's just like 6 cop cars, sheriff's cars at this hiking trail. I'm like, that's really strange.
I was under the impression like trails and parks were closed. Is that not the case?
Well, the parking lot's full every time I pass that parking lot in the last
Right,
2
right.
weeks for one of this popular hiking trail up by me. It's always packed with people, so I guess not. I don't know if it's a national park or anything like that, but like obviously the park where we would take the kids is closed.
Right. I've just been running and walking around my block repeatedly.
Yeah.
This is life now.
A lot.
Yeah, I bet everyone's
Yeah.
in the neighborhood really well when this whole thing's over.
Yeah. I'm gonna know all the neighborhood dogs really well because our neighborhood is just filled with dogs everywhere.
Dogs all over the place. They'll just go crazy when we walk our dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, is your dog a pretty good dog when you're walking around, or is it one of those like terror dogs that just has to bark and everything?
Our dogs don't care about the other dogs. Like,
Oh, that's good.
dogs are just going crazy, and our dogs are like, "We're out on this walk, la 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 la."
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. I don't like it as much. They like just being in our backyard. I've been like taking them on walks. I only go like 2 miles, and by the end, I'm just like dragging Zoe because she's catty. She doesn't want to go off.
So like a fat dog versus an old dog.
Yeah. So I'm just dragging my dog around the neighborhood.
I mean, as long as it doesn't start making you look bad as a dog owner, I guess it's okay, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get her to be healthy. I'm trying to have her, trying to instill a healthy lifestyle in my dog.
Animals aren't very cooperative when it comes to putting them on healthy lifestyles. Like my parents' cat is super fat, and he's like diabetic cat, and he won't stop eating. So they have to ration his food to where it like feeds him every 2 hours or something.
Wow.
It's like it's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
But
I feed mine twice a day, and it's like a real small, like it's like, you know, the little cans, the little wet food cans. Like each one
wet
gets
food.
like a quart. Yeah, you can't feed them
Damn.
dry food; it makes them really fat.
I think it depends on the type of dry food. We use some fancy dry food. I don't know. It just gets delivered. My wife takes care of it. But
Yeah, it's like the chemical makeup of the dry food in general, like causes them to gain like water weight or whatever. Or at least that's what the vets tell me. So I spend extra for wet food, but that also means that I can, because I don't leave it out, I can limit exactly what they're eating. And
Yeah.
they get upset, like, whatever, dude, you're a cat. What are you gonna do? Feed yourself. Shut up.
Yeah.
So one topic that I thought was interesting, you kind of touched on it, and I was curious of how, you two work from home. You obviously make airsoft videos, but you can't airsoft right now. So does this mean you're just catching up on old content, or are you gonna eventually have to be more creative in terms of the content you produce for your channel?
Well, luckily for us, we go to so many airsoft games and events that we have a humongous backlog of footage. Like I still have gameplay from Scotland that I'm able to.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
and
that
was a while ago. So.
I think it'll only affect us if the quarantine lasts like 6 months. I'm pretty sure we both have like 6 months worth of footage.
You guys have 6 months of content?
Probably.
I mean,
my God. George, what are we gonna do?
We're filling the void with live streams.
Yeah.
We're literally everything. I also wanted to make like some videos just of backyard games because we have
like the 5-can challenge.
Yeah, we have like those little Evike targets that are really fun to shoot at, and so
you should do the 5-can challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt's insistent on the 5-can challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, grab a gun, get some cans.
All right, let's go.
All right.
We're on our way.
Perfect.
Okay, let's do this. This pleases you.
Where are those cans? Hold up. Where are those cans at?
Where are those cans at?
Oh no.
Have you, Jet? I actually had a question since you have your RPG out. Yeah. There are a lot of questions we get from people about like whether or not you can use 40 mics with the Matrix grenade launcher by removing the warhead. And I watched, no, not that. Like, guys were asking if you could run like a tag-in round in that. And I saw a video on YouTube where a guy just removed the entire warhead, like the base as well. Like the base of it, not the part you're holding.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, he removed that and then put the tag-in round and locked the launcher portion of the tag-in round in the base tube, and it'll actually lock and trigger. Like, have you tried that?
I have not. I do have the tag-in shells. What I was going to do actually was to take this part off and then hopefully 3D print or fabricate the fragmentation round, which is which is a lot smaller. Like this is the anti-tank round. This is a shape charge essentially. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but this is an anti-vehicle shape charge. The fragmentation round sticks out to like here and is like a tiny little cone. I was going to try to fabricate or 3D print something and then just shoot, make it like hollow, so that way the tagging round just comes out of the fragmentation part.
Yeah.
It'll kind of look
cool.
Yeah, I want it to look the part too, as much as possible. But now I'm going to try that. I want to just, because I've got tagging shells, like I said, I'll try to just smash it down there.
Like I said, so you should be able to remove the base and the stem that goes into the receiver, and then inside there is the locking key for that should lock the tagging round in place, allowing you to pull the trigger. So give it a try. Like I said, I saw it on YouTube, and that means it's true, right? So
yeah, everything that's on YouTube is true.
Yeah.
Especially all the stuff that Jet does. It's all real.
Model, not like the Craft Appleworks one or whatever.
No, it's the Matrix for sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
you should. I'll try to find the link and I'll send it to you as soon as we're done with this.
Time to order some Reaper rounds from Evike.com.
Reaper rounds. We don't have those yet.
I was gonna say. Sorry.
They are coming. I can guarantee you that they are coming. It's just a question of when will they be here.
Okay.
Also, please understand that there are some slight shipping delays right now.
Why?
What do you mean? I'm completely outraged. This is
But we're doing the best we can.
Yeah. We'll do our PSA right now then that shipping delays are continuing up to 7 to 10 business days right now. So please be patient with us. We're doing as best we can under the current situation. So that is.
And the reason for that is because not only do we care about you, the customer, we care about our employees, and we want to make sure that they don't get sick or they don't spread it to a loved one. A lot of our employees have children and loved ones who are older, and so limiting the spread of it, even if we ourselves are not, as high of risk, is really important to the company and important for us, to you guys, the fans and followers and customers.
Yeah, one thing that I think is when it comes to Airsoft and like this humongous piece of downtime that we all have before we can go play, this is a great time to make any adjustments to your gear that you might have, maintenance all your guns, prep your stuff for whatever game is coming up. Like there's a Desert Fox event game that's going to come up in July, so I'm going to start prepping my gear for that, so that way once the game is there, I've already got every single thing ready, like batteries charged, extra batteries, my backpack's in the right spot.
I'm going to charge so many batteries over this next month.
That actually brings up a good topic, and I was curious, since you are also an event coordinator as well, as how this has affected the Desert Fox events. And then what do you think is going to be the outcome going forward for your events? Are you going to see like a huge surge once you're able to host events again? Or are you guys really concerned right now in terms of having to push back events? What do you guys think?
Luckily for us, we hosted our last event literally like days. I felt like it was days before the mandatory lockdown. So it didn't affect.
It was like a week.
Yeah, it didn't affect us too much, but I mean, obviously it's affecting a lot of other event production companies. I know that Milsim West is one of those companies that was directly affected in kind of a...
Yeah, like all of them. They all had to like cancel. They all had to.
Yeah, I think all three of the big ones, or the major three that we sponsor, all three of those had delays. We don't know about our own events going into June yet. Like, there's just no way to know.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge loss of income, like tens of thousands of dollars for sure.
Yeah.
For all those companies, so that's a really big bummer. But I think that people are going to be so excited to play Airsoft again that they're just going to flood back to like whatever event or like whatever they can play. They're going to go back to it. Hopefully, everyone's responsible and actually obeys the rules and everything that we have in place to stop the spread.
Right.
we can be back out there by like June playing.
Yeah.
It's really just up to people to not be
Stay
stupid.
home. Yeah, stop going
Stay
out.
home.
Stay home.
Yeah. Well, I mean that brings up another question. Then is what advice? I mean, you already kind of gave some advice to people who are at home of what they can be doing. They can be cleaning out their gear closet or getting their stuff ready for the next event. What other activities do you think that you could encourage airsofters to do while they're in lockdown?
If you've got the space and you're able to shoot around in your backyard, shoot around, practice transition drills, there's so many things that you can just practice in your house with an airsoft gun without, the threat of putting a giant hole in your wall or something. I mean, not to say
clearing room to room is maybe not an ideal choice.
Like, I want to have some Nerf games. They're so fun to play inside. You can do Nerf stuff inside your house, and you can still practice drills with Nerf guns.
Mm-hmm.
We planned on doing that.
And you guys have quite the Nerf arsenal, too.
You do?
Well, we had
Between
Nerf guns from Jet's son, but we lost all the Nerf parts for them.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have the new wrecked guns from Elite Force, the CO2 powered ones.
Those are fun.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's what I meant by I meant power wise, not like collection size.
Okay.
You guys are putting holes in things with Nerf darts.
Not yet.
Not yet. I shot one of these walls like a month ago on accident, though. I was
with a BB gun, not with a Nerf gun.
Oh! I was like, tell me it didn't go through your
Airsoft
wall.
or like an air gun? Airsoft or air gun?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was practicing an AK reload on my new SEMA Alton, and I forgot it was loaded and there was a battery, and I put a burst into one of our walls.
I mean, at least you didn't shoot Leah. I would imagine that would be a worse scenario.
Okay, so I definitely broke one of the major gun safety rules, which is treat every gun as if it was loaded. However, I always abide by the don't point at anything unless you intend to shoot it, and so
got lucky there.
Shot the wall and not Leah or one of the dogs, or
a window, or a computer screen, or a TV.
Yeah.
Something of value.
Yeah. Really
I mean, go ahead. I mean, what are your guys' thought? Are you like severely missing airsoft right now, or are you just kind of actually happy to have a break?
I'm personally happy to have a break. It allows me to take more time on videos and create more videos. Like I said, I could, if I really, really, really rushed it, I could probably put out a video every 2 days. It wouldn't be the best, but I'd have a new video out every 2 days for everybody for probably like 2 months if I really didn't care about the quality of the video.
Wow.
Okay.
But you do.
But I do, so I'm not gonna
But you do.
Yeah.
I've been glad to have a bit of a break too, but that was because I was traveling for like 4 weeks in a row. So I got home like right when we went into lockdown, and I had been traveling for 4 weeks. So I actually spent last week not really doing a lot of anything because I was just like, I'm home finally.
Yeah.
Binge watched The Tiger King on Netflix.
How is that?
I saw you guys post about that. What is that about?
Oh my God.
You're bored out of your skull and you need some wacky entertainment. The Tiger King
it's amazing.
Is wow.
What would you say is what makes it amazing for you two?
What makes it amazing?
Yeah, you're telling us to watch it. So why? Like, you got to sell me on it.
Because it's a story about a gun-toting, gay, polygamous magician who owns tigers, who does a murder-for-hire scheme. It involves, like, drug lords and
other exotic animal owners who
like run cults, basically.
Yeah, who run cults.
Is this a TV show or is this like a documentary?
It's a documentary. It's a documentary.
What the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
America, man.
This is why we are the land of the free.
Yeah.
If you tried to pitch that as a movie, the studio would be like, no way, you've got too much going on. Like, no one would ever believe that would be true.
And so much of that is just in like episode 1. Like we watched episode 1, and I was just like, I can't believe this is all happening. Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was like. I'm pretty sure I watched like most of that like this.
I mean, it's been popping up on my Netflix. Like every time I log in, it seems to be the top thing that it's trying to put me towards. But I'm just like, this looks dumb. Like I don't want to. But okay.
Plus the memes afterwards are great.
Okay. What do you think, Bet?
Of what?
The show. Are you gonna watch it?
No. No. No.
Your response is great.
Yeah. I don't know. Like
Nope, not watching.
No, I'm not watching this.
I'm too busy binging another show right now. I don't have time for documentaries.
Okay, that's fair. What show are you binging?
Yeah.
Black Sails.
What's that about?
It's about pirates.
All right.
Like real pirates or?
It's based on
pirates?
historical. No, it's based on historical figures,
Okay.
like Captain Flint and Long John Silver, and Blackbeard, and it centers around the what island was that? Like the Caribbean islands.
The Barbados?
No.
Jamaica? Come on.
Where they had that Port Royal.
Yeah, they said yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was in
Oh.
Jamaica.
I keep thinking Havana, but it's not a Havana. It sounds like that.
No, that's
It's like really weird. Hold on.
Oh, it's okay. Now we're all curious. We all have to know.
Yeah, it's New Providence Island in the Bahamas, which the capital of is Nassau,
Mm-hmm.
or like Fort Nassau. And so it's like the struggle over control over the port in Nassau, and the struggle between the pirates and the English government that are trying to take it back. And then the Spanish get involved. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of deceit. There's drama. Tons of awesome pirate sword fights and gun fights and ship boarding and fighting with cannons. It's a good show. So I really enjoy it.
You know what this kind of brings me on to like another track, thought track. So that's all during like the Imperial Age, which is a wild time to be alive because everyone's just trying to conquer everybody.
Correct.
I've been watching a lot of stuff from the Napoleonic Wars. Not so much like the politics and stuff behind it, but more of like of how those battles were conducted and the unit formations and other smaller tactics around that. And what I find is that a lot of the stuff from the Imperial Age kind of mimics more Airsoft than it does. Like Airsoft is more like musketry with line formations than it is really like modern combat. Like it's just
Yeah, for sure. I think
we use
the
line
ranges. Well, if you think about it, a good example would be the first Airsoft Nation game we did. Because the field of play was so small and there was so many players, it basically turned into like a battle line where you just saw BBs going from one line to the other line. I mean, yeah,
That's fair.
like it really kind of is sometimes. I agree with you. That is an interesting thought. And I think it's probably has to do with the ranges, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. If we didn't have hop up, imagine like how close we'd have to be to one another.
Yeah. It'd be like 30 feet and it would hurt.
Yeah, and like we're just now getting, other types of platforms to shoot even further and to cause not so much damage, but like a wider area of effect. Like we were talking about earlier, like having an RPG and being able to shoot tag rounds out of it.
Right.
Yeah. Like those distances of tag rounds is insane.
Yeah, you can't just stand around and plink at people with your sniper rifle or anything. Like now, you can just drop a round on you. And one of the huge things that I'm looking forward to from Tag-In this fall is that mortar system, the 60 millimeter mortar or
Oh,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been getting some cool pictures from that.
danger. Like,
Because that's not more dangerous than the existing system they already produce.
No.
They're like, everyone likes this so much, we will make them bigger and shoot farther.
I mean, it's all fine as long as it doesn't land directly on top of a person. I mean, you just roll the dice, but I mean, that's not that bad.
I watched the full video on how it's supposed to work, and they're specifically making the round lighter, so that way it's not as hard of an impact, and also it won't detonate upon impact. So it's supposed to like bounce, which is kind of strange, but I guess that makes sense for safety purposes. So if you actually do hit someone, it's not like you get hit in the head and just
So, think off my helmet.
Yeah. And then
4 feet away, my teammate gets it to the face. Got it.
Just like a regular grenade.
Yeah.
You know, some kid will try to pick it up and throw it last minute. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Jet will try to chuck it into a hole.
Well, I mean, so here's another question that I wanted to talk about, which is, what are you looking forward to the most once you're done with this? So, like, in terms of what event besides your own event are you looking forward to the most once you get out of, or what field are you looking to go to? Where are you looking to go? Like, the lockdown is lifted tomorrow. Where are you going to play Airsoft?
Battle Lab.
I'd probably go to Battle Lab first. The one game that I'm personally looking forward to, there's a private team game by one of the local SoCal teams. Here it's going to take place somewhere in BLM land, but it is a 1980s themed Soviet Russia versus Mujahideen game. So
interesting.
Try to get this thing ready to shoot tags before then, because this will be one of my guns. It'll probably be this gun, or launcher, I should say.
I was gonna say that doesn't count as a gun, yo.
You can put those tag and shell burst, or the 40 mic.
Oh yeah, the big shotgun.
Yeah.
I shot one out of this. It's through the cone. It sucks. I missed it, like 10 feet or something. It was really embarrassing. But I'm gonna have that, and then my Bolt AK. So it should be a really fun game. And then wearing Mujahideen, like Middle Eastern kid, is nice because you're just basically wearing like pajamas and like homeless gear.
Nice.
I mean, I don't understand where all those games went. It seemed like there was a bunch of those games in Southern California back in the day, and now it seems like everything has to be like operators versus operators, and everybody's super serious about it. But like some of those games were the most fun thing when you saw people actually put like creativity into portraying a bad guy and like going out with just 3 mags and just like playing with no fear and just like, I'm just gonna run at these dudes and then fall over. Yeah. Those were always like way more interesting games than kind of some of the stuff that's been more recent, in my opinion.
These days, it just feels like nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Right.
Like everyone always wants to play the winning team, which is hilarious.
Well, that's always been something that we've noticed for ticket sales for event. Is it does seem actually the civilian team seems more of just people who are just lazy with their loadouts, just want to go out in a t-shirt or a flannel shirt and jeans. It doesn't necessarily mean they want to dress up into that like civilian poor looking militia type loadouts.
Right.
Just gonna do whatever's easiest.
Yeah, like back in the day, I saw there's also like the downside to that too, where people just show up in like jeans and like a baseball cap, and they're supposed to be like, I don't know, an insurgent during like Operation Phantom Fury, the Battle for Fallujah. It's like they didn't wear that, and that gets it gets even more confusing because now you have both sides who are supposed to, like, one side's an OPFOR, one side's a blue 4, and they look the same. So it's just like,
it's definitely frustrating, and it's something that you can tell when like the really good event promoters really do strict things with their uniform requirements, and the ones who are more lax, you really can tell the difference. And it's a shame because it's so cheap to go buy that kind of clothing. Like you can go to Walmart and get like the cheapest pants and like a cheap shirt, and then like literally you just throw it away afterwards. Like you're spending like $15 on the whole thing.
You don't even have to go to Walmart. You can go to a thrift store.
Like
thrift stores is also a great place.
Like if I know I'm going to do like a really raggedy third world dirt cheap kit. Like I'm gonna go to the thrift store and just pick out some random stuff.
Yeah. It just seems like the creativity in terms of people portraying a bad guy just doesn't exist anymore. I mean, I can't think of a single game besides the Insurgency games from Milsim West that people take it that seriously. And even then, they don't really take it that seriously.
What's the Hill 559 game that Dave hosts that has which one?
Uprising.
Yeah.
People dressed up for that, right?
Oh yeah, that one's great. It's like it's like an amalgamation of like whatever kind of generic bad guy loadout that you
Right.
want. Our group sometimes will wear like the Mujahideen Taliban stuff. I've seen other people wear like the Slavic irregular militia looking stuff.
Right.
So it's just kind of a mismatch. But it's nice because like when you look over at the other bad guys, you're like, oh, that's a friendly bad guy because
we are dressed the same.
Yeah.
Well, so then what about Revelations? Isn't that like a
the one about
yeah, like Balahak does a whole bunch of like themed games.
Yeah, open world.
Yeah, that one's an open world, so you can literally just wear whatever. There's not really
Oh, I see.
The underlying theme to the whole game is post-apocalyptic, so you can want to dress Operator AF, you can. I mean, no one really cares, but
there's definitely some people that go to that game that do a good job with their costume. Balahak always has people that like they have so many people that come to their games that they'll have like 280 people that are just have like whatever outfits,
right.
Like 20 people that just look awesome. And there were people that were dressed as like warlords and like futuristic warlords that looked really cool.
Yeah. With like they had like a whole bunch of like homemade like shoulder pieces and chest pieces and like kit that looked super Mad Max-ish.
Yeah, I like those. I think it's cool to be a little more creative as far as doing stuff that isn't already out there. That's why I like Desert Fox games, just because you can dress up in something that you don't have to like do an impression of a kit or anything. You can make
one thing that you guys did very well when you came up with the Desert Fox rule set was the accent colors. Using the red versus blue is probably one of the concepts that's from the past in terms of if you just show up for a pickup game that people would put red or blue duct tape on your arm. You basically just took the concept and made it kind of on steroids, and switching your dead rag to a high vis is probably, I don't understand why more people are not switching to the high vis dead rags.
Makes it so much easier. Oh my goodness.
Quite honestly, it just makes more sense. Like, imagine trying to see a red square this big at 150 feet as opposed to a guy wearing neon orange or neon yellow. Like,
that's all around you.
That's all around you. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just, to me, it just seemed like kind of like, well, what's the most common sense way to not get shot? Just make yourself
as visible as possible.
That denotes you as not a target.
You think, like, what I personally thought is I thought it would take off I thought that you would see a huge shift with other event coordinators to start utilizing that setup. And it doesn't seem like that has happened, which is very surprising to myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is trying to differentiate themselves from one another, which is good because, quite honestly, there are players that, you know, they look at our rule set and look at the things that we do and they just don't like it, and that's fine. I mean, we're not trying to force everyone to conform to one thing. You know, we're trying to just give people other options to do. So, like, if you want to be this hardcore milsim player who has all the correct gear and everything is, you know, just 100% impression correct, yada yada yada, then there's a game for you like that. If you want to just be more relaxed and just wear like some comfortable stuff and maybe like have an armband on to denote yourself as a team, then, you know, then there's us. And then let's say you want to be somewhere in the middle. You've got American Milsim or Third Coast.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that people have to follow the class system. I'm just saying that maybe just high-vis dead rags would be nice sometimes.
Yeah, that would be nice for everywhere.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you should implement that at some of your guys' games, maybe for Bad Blood. It would help a lot during Bad Blood, quite honestly. There's so many different colors and so many teams. It's so like the Hawaiian shirt team, like they've got red Hawaiian shirts on. It's like, okay, so I'm supposed to see a red rag. I'm supposed to look at the guy with the red rag, 200 feet away through the Hawaiian shirt dudes, and his red rag is like on his head as he's like still carrying around his M4, walking past.
I think we should make everybody dress up as ghosts when they die. Even if we had to like make everyone bring like a Tyvek suit or like a bed sheet with holes cut in it, so like when you die, you got to throw it over and walk the field as a ghost back to spawn.
And then you can haunt people, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about like having this sheet is it would protect from impact to some degree from you getting overshot, right? Because it's billowing. So it protects the player. You stand out as being dead. You lighten the mood because you're a freaking ghost walking around the battlefield. And if you didn't want to play for a minute, you can walk around and haunt your buddies.
Yeah.
Or you can haunt the guy that shot you.
That's what I mean.
You could just run around and call out his position over and over again.
Or have a game where like every person that you shoot has to don the ghost costume and then has to follow you around. So then you're playing like multi-person Centipede, where each person who gets a kill now gets like 5, 10, 15 players all walking behind them in Centipede mode.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like a great idea.
So the more people you kill, the harder it is for you to hide.
Next Airsoft Nation.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking at some of the comments from this conversation, and it's gone off the rail. Good job, Matt. Good job. You made our comment section. Matt,
everyone needs to dress up as ghosts. Although then some person out there is gonna be like, "Oh, why you KKK people dressing up?"
Oh.
Yeah. Guaranteed, there's a comment in the comment section already.
But I think that is a nice idea, and I'm gonna try that one day.
You just
make sure you invite me so I can dress up as a ghost in your game and walk around haunting people.
Okay.
Plus, bed sheets are cheap as hell.
Especially if
no, they're not anymore. I mean, I guess you get cheap bed sheets for probably like $10 at Walmart.
Thrift store. I mean, they might be a little off-white.
It'd be hard to find like plain white sheets at a thrift store.
Yeah.
Twin size.
Mason already said that the white sheet with eye holes would look bad. Calm down, Mason. Jeez, and then Chris is like, as long as it's not cone shaped.
you knew it was gonna go that way.
And then Richard says, this guy trying to assemble a party.
Wow.
Our friends are awful.
Well, maybe if we just roast, like on the bed somewhere, like.
I don't know. I mean, we have to come up with a creative way to say ghost. I think maybe the Tyvek suit works.
That works too. Yeah. I just want to do the sheets because I think it'd be hilarious to just be like, "Oh, you got me."
Yeah, throw it around and then you gotta like, dude, you're blocking my shot. Ghost doesn't care.
And then what you'll like, I can see you doing this randomly in a game just for a video. You'll just be at some random field and just go like, "Oh, I'm shot. I'm a ghost now," and you just start walking around the field, and people are like,
"That's gonna be my Halloween special for this year." I get shot
okay.
A ghost and haunt my shooting.
So the ad rev from that, where's that? Who's that going to? Is that mine now?
3%.
It's going to this guy. I think it's that guy. Are you on that side of the screen? I think so. I hope.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I think I pointed wrong. I think it's this way. This way.
Yeah, that's way.
Well, before we run out of time here,
let's get back on track.
No, we don't have to get on track.
Bad.
We can keep, no. The stuff like this is great. This is what we got. We're all cooped up. Who know? We got to have some ideas and some fun.
I've come up with the best idea I've ever had.
I mean, it's only been like 2 weeks of this. I think all of us are already like stir crazy.
2 weeks for us. I think it's 1 week for everybody so far.
Yeah, for everyone that's not in California. Some places.
Yeah, I mean, New York started before us, right?
Like 2 days, 3 days.
You guys should just make that ghost outfit. Have it say Evike on the front. Evike Ghost. Sure.
I mean, could you make it like glow in the dark fabric so that way when you get
That's what I
shiny,
mean.
if it
Yeah.
was glow in the dark fabric, it'd be cool because then like you get blasted with a white light and it like glows while you're wandering around in the dark.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be perfect for indoor fields. And even more funny because then it'd just be like, what's that glowing thing coming around the
Yeah.
corner?
Yeah. Or even do, I mean, you could even, like, I don't know of anywhere that does, like, high-vis orange or yellow sheets of a size that someone could put over their entire body. But if you could be, like, a high-vis yellow or orange ghost, that would get us away from the other problem and then also suffice as a dead rag.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then you just have to carry this piece of kit on you at all times and fit it in your
Well, you
pocket.
got to make it out of a thin enough material that you can just tuck it in your whatever, in your backpack or in your. Just don't die, and then you don't have to be a ghost.
I mean, the tie back, the suit you have packs up into like this size, right?
That's true. Yeah.
You could throw
But
that.
this
into a
you
cargo
can't put
pocket,
on
maybe.
over gear is the problem.
No.
Like I don't think it's big enough to.
And what's great is you could have people constantly shoot at you while you're trying to put the suit on. So that way, like you're dancing around trying to put the suit on, and you're getting shot at the same time. It'd be
The
hilarious.
sheet makes more sense because you can just whip it on.
Yeah.
Become
what we
a
talk
ghost.
about, yeah, the things that we get, the subjects that we get on. I don't know how Matt comes up with this stuff.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. What are you talking about?
You got
You
a
have Jet and Leah smiling. You have me laughing. I'm sure people in the comments are laughing.
Yeah, the comment section exploded there for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to look at the comment section to see if there's any interesting questions we can talk about. But I'm having trouble finding.
Any comments that aren't? Oh yeah, the ghost idea is great.
Well, no, I'm actually right now. I'm just trying to see comments in general. Give me a second.
Uh-oh, I coughed. Oh my god!
Leah, you should just come out with. You should just came out with Lysol.
Yeah. Oh no.
Here, let me put this mask on since keep from coughing on you.
That's good.
Great idea.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Ignore the vents that are right in front of your mouth.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing can get out of those for sure. Perfect.
Yes.
You look great.
Anyway, what we're gonna close on is if you have any like some notes to close on, or what you want to talk, in terms of, we had one thing that we wanted to talk about, and that is what people can do to help during this situation. One thing that we as a company just did was donate some masks to the local hospital, if you're able to obtain some masks or something like that. So I'm curious if you guys looking at anything, or are you just kind of just hunkering down? Or if you have any ideas to tell people of things to do, like, shopping for your grandmother or stuff like that. It's just, if you have any suggestions for people to do acts of goodness or act of good while we're closed off here.
It's a good idea. I was trying to find since like nursing homes and stuff are closed off, and like my grandmother's in an assisted living, I was trying to get like video conferencing stuff so that way we could send her stuff, because that they're completely cut off from the outside world, like even more so than normally. And so that's where I feel, I guess, the most drawn to like help people is, I was thinking about like sending cards to just nursing homes or like random people in nursing homes or assisted living facilities, because they're so cut off from their families and everything. They can't have any sorts of visitors, which is a pretty big bummer, I think.
A positive word goes a long way.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
You guys okay?
Jet, just snuff her out real quick so the rest of us can survive. Grab that pillow behind you.
What to do?
Well, I mean, that's a good idea, and I think that any form of communication of just keeping in touch with your grandparents. Like I try to call both my grandmothers as much as I can. But been ramping that up more as I am home. They don't have tablets really that they could operate because they just are not very tech savvy. But I like your idea a lot.
It's a great time to bring back snail mail.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
too,
yeah, absolutely.
definitely writing letters. I know that sounds really old school, but to your grandparents, just that's something we've done is write letters and then send new pictures, and we send those like once a month. Those are always very appreciated.
Speaking of the mail, something I've been thinking about a lot lately is, the more all of us are required to stay at home, the more a lot of us will be relying on delivered packages to kind of keep us going, whether it be food or entertainment or for whatever. And that also means that crime in terms of theft is going to go up because there's always people looking to take advantage of the situation. And so one of the ways you can help as a general person for you guys out there, even if you don't feel like donating to something or you don't want to get involved another way, just watch out for your neighbors. If you see that somebody's getting a delivery, and there's a car that you don't recognize, speak up and make sure you're watching your neighbors as you would hope that they'd watch out for you because, heaven forbid that's something important to them or to you that gets taken and now you're without it.
Especially if it was
I did
something
want to make
of value, like medicine or something like that.
or toilet paper, and you're
Diapers.
stuck, and you're like, I can't even get up, and they got to shoot it through the window to you. Anyway, one thing I did want to mention since we talked about donating to the local hospitals and things, a lot of hospitals have different regulations for what you can and can't donate. So if you do feel like donating because you have a surplus to any entity, whether it be a hospital or anybody, make sure that you find out what their local guidelines are for that local entity that you would like to donate to figure out what can be accepted by them.
Good idea. Yeah, it's a nice gesture, but like if you're donating something that they can't use, then it completely takes it away. It creates more.
True. I guess somebody made a comment that home invasion should actually be at all-time low because everyone should be everyone's stocked up on enough guns and bleach to clean up the scene. What the? I guess I should have screened that comment before I read it. I mean, Matt, you have your suit ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got some inspiration from Breaking Bad, and you have some plastic containers in the backyard.
No, I don't have any muriatic acid anywhere.
Well, anyway, that is the most random wind down to the stream that we've had yet. But we want to thank you guys for coming on. And hopefully we'll all be able to airsoft together at Battle Lab soon.
Well, airsoft
soon.
Please soon.
Yeah. So, that actually brings up a good point is, we'll know more about all of our events and we'll update the people as much as we can about when Airsoft Nation will be, any trading post delays, what's going on with Airsoft Palooza, all that stuff will be announced as we get closer to the dates. So just want to keep everybody in the loop about that.
Cool.
Thanks.
And stay healthy, stay safe.
Will do.
And Matt's going to go run around with his bedsheet outside.
I need to go spread the word and make sure our neighbors are being safe.
That's great.
What is... you know what it was?
In case I run out of masks, George. If I run out of N95 masks, I'm going to tape this around my neck.
Except you have holes where your eyes are.
You can wear Zypro.
That may be an oversight I had not taken into consideration. I should tape some sort of clear... I'll take a Ziploc bag and tape it
around
so that I can see through the Ziploc bag. Yeah. Or I can fill it with water and use it as a magnifying glass. All right. One more thank you before we head out for the day. Currently, all of us are working from home, but it's worth thanking all of the people that are still working at their jobs, at essential jobs, making everything work for us. We can't thank our workers enough for continuing to try to get shipments out as quickly as possible, even though we are on a very limited staff. We want to thank all of the workers and first responders and medical personnel and police officers that are going above and beyond to make sure that everyone is safe and healthy.
Grocery stores.
So yeah,
and
especially
mailmen and women, UPS drivers, delivery drivers of any kind. I think Uber Eats and all that stuff is still active. So anybody who's doing the work for you, so you don't have to venture outside, is definitely worth a thank you.
Mhm.
And let's stay tuned to our Facebook page and Instagram for more updates. And Matt, who knows, might do more AMAs like he did earlier this week, I think.
Yeah.
But those are kind of more spur of the moment. So Jet and Leah, thank you for joining us. And stay healthy, stay safe. And we'll see you guys later.